We are on to the championship round of the NFL playoffs, the AFC Championship, the NFC Championship, and I'm here to give you two bets that I've already locked in for this weekend's NFL betting slate. One thing that I love to do is as soon as odds get posted, hop on the sports books, see where some value is, and lock some bets in. We have two games left. Chiefs, Ravens, going to be awesome. Lions, 49ers, hopefully that game is awesome as well. Before I can give you my two plays for this week, I got to do a recap from last week, and unfortunately, our hot streak came to an end. I was on a 5-1 run with these early bets heading into the weekend, but I went 1-2 on Saturday and Sunday. I cashed Ravens minus 8.5. Then I had the over in the Packers 49ers. That was a brutal beat. If the Packers kicker made that kick, the over would have cashed, but he didn't, and that bet lost. I also had the Bills minus 2.5. That one ended up just being a bad read as the week went on. I ended up waffling on that play a little bit. Obviously, I'm still tracking it as a loss because I officially gave it out, and that's cheating if I don't. But admittedly, I just had the wrong read on that one. So let's hope that we can have a better week this week, cashing both of these plays. If you are not already, I would recommend subscribing to my YouTube channel. I've been insanely hot these past 2 weeks. The run has been incredible, so you're definitely going to want to join in on the ride. Subscribe, and let's get into these picks. So the first game that we're going to talk about is the first game on the slate. Chiefs versus Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens -3, -120 odds at ESPN Bet. I know I faded the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes last week against the Bills, and I got burned, but I'm going to do it once again this week. I'm backing the Ravens to cover the spread at -3. First of all, I have to talk about the value here. No other book has this spread at -3. Every single book, every single one has this spread at Ravens -3.5. And we all know how massive that deal is going from 3 to 3.5. The Ravens win by exactly a field goal. Our bet at least pushes. Those 3.5 bets lose. So I think that this -3, even though we're paying a little bit of juice at -120 odds, I think is really good. And I get it. Everybody's going to tell me you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. I understand. The Ravens are just better. They have the better defense. They have had the entire year the better offense. And I don't think you can really underestimate how important it is, how much better the Ravens defense is than any team the Chiefs have played this year. And especially how much better the Ravens defense is than both the Dolphins and the Bills. I will admit, the Chiefs offense has looked good in these two playoff games. They've looked much better than they were in the regular season. The Ravens offense is just a completely different animal. Both of the Bills and the Dolphins defenses were so banged up. And the Dolphins specifically, they only had 3 healthy linebackers. None of them could really cover. That's not great going up against Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. That is not the case with this Ravens defense. A, their linebackers are awesome. B, they're relatively healthy. And just look at the advanced stats. The Ravens have the best defense in the NFL, literally the best defense in the NFL, according to DVOA, and they have the best passing defense in the NFL as well. And even though the running defense isn't as highly rated in terms of advanced stats, they still have a very good run defense with some run stuffers in there. They're just always winning. So they're letting teams run the ball when their Ravens are winning, and they're really stout against the pass. And it's not like they're a one-dimensional team either. They're really good on offense. They have the 4th best offense in the NFL, higher than the Chiefs, according to DVOA. And they're only one spot behind the Bills. The Bills have the 3rd best offense. The Ravens have the best. They're also very balanced. The Ravens have the 5th best passing offense in the NFL, and they have literally the best rushing offense in the NFL as well. So everybody that says Lamar, keep Bill Polian, keep him in the pocket. He can dice you up as a passer, and not only that, but they literally have the best running offense in the NFL as well. And then on the Chiefs side, their defense, which had been their calling card the entire regular season, I worry about some of the injuries that are starting to add up on their defense. Willie Gay, losing him at linebacker is huge. They also lost Hilton at safety as well. And then they had their cornerback McDuffie get banged up in the game. He ended up returning, so he's probably fine. But you're going to need a fully healthy defense against this Ravens team. And right now, that's not the case with the Chiefs. So we will have to monitor the injuries as the week goes on, because that is what ended up burning me with the Bills, is guys ended up getting ruled out who I thought would play. And that's what really cost the Bills defensively. And the Ravens, I just think, with all the magic of Mahomes, I just think the Ravens defense is too good. I think the Ravens are able to take care of business and win by 3 or more points in this one, at least refunding this if they win by a field goal. And I also like the under as well. I'm not going to make it an official play. That's more of an honorable mention. But you can get under 45.5 at minus 115 odds at FanDuel. And I did myself individually, I put a unit on that play as well. Again, I'm only going to track officially for my YouTube channel if the Ravens win and cover, but I do like the under in this game as well. Next up, second game, Lions versus 49ers. Taking the 49ers minus 6.5, minus 118 odds at DraftKings. I know it's boring to just go with all the favorites to cover, but that's just how I lean here. I looked at each matchup individually, and I don't want to change my picks just because I didn't want to have both favorites cover. You know what I mean? I think we're going to get a Ravens versus 49ers rematch. And they're the two best teams in the NFL all year, and they're both one seeds. So both one seeds made the Super Bowl last year. They both won and covered, I believe. I'm not 100% sure that the Chiefs covered last year, but regardless, both favorites did win last year, and both favorites won, and both one seeds went to the Super Bowl. And we're getting another really good price here, even at the minus 118 odds on DraftKings. So the only book that prices this at 6.5. So going from 3 to 3.5 is a key number. Going from 6.5 to 7 is a key number as well. The 49ers win by exactly a touchdown, and we are cashing this play. And I know how bad and how shaky the 49ers looked against the Packers on Saturday, especially Brock Purdy. I mean, he was terrible. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I was making a little bit of fun of him on Twitter. He was terrible, and they 100% should have lost that game if the Packers kicker could make a field goal or if their defense could catch an interception. The Packers should have won, but they didn't. The 49ers won, and I think that they're going to play better this week than they did last week. I do not expect them to put up another clunker at home this week. I think that they're going to play well. Now, we're going to need to monitor the status of Deebo Samuel. Obviously, that's a massive deal as their offense just can't seem to function without him. Granted, they still have George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, some other talented pieces. So you hope that they can figure it out. But they were 0-3 in the regular season without Deebo. But I worry about this matchup for the Lions, specifically the Lions offense against the 49ers defense. Jared Goff, there are two times with two separate scenarios where you want to back Jared Goff. When he's at home, when he's facing a defense that can't pressure the quarterback. Neither of those are the case on Sunday. Obviously, this game is in San Francisco, and the 49ers have one of the best pass rush in the NFL with Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Javon Hargrave, some other good defensive tackles. Yeah, I know every quarterback is better at home and is better when they're not pressured. Neither of them, or not a lot of quarterbacks, have the same dramatic splits as Jared Goff does. And I worry that Jared Goff's going to have a rough game. We see him make some shaky plays when he is covered. I mean, one of the first drives for the Lions, he threw what should have been a very easy interception that the guy just dropped. And he had another boneheaded play against the Rams last week when he was being pressured. If you can get to Jared Goff, it's not like Mahomes who can make magic out of nothing. And then and then the other side of the ball on the Lions defense, I worry about their secondary and I worry about their pass defense. Yeah, their run defense is awesome, but their pass defense is the opposite of that. In two playoff games, they gave up 349 and 3 touchdowns to Baker Mayfield. Yeah, they got 2 interceptions. Still a lot of production to the quarterback. And then against Matthew Stafford, the first playoff game, they gave up 367 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Both quarterbacks went for essentially 350 passing yards and a combined 5 touchdowns. Yeah, their rush defense is great, but if the 49ers are consistently able to move the ball through the air, that's not going to bode well, obviously, for the Lions. And then also, as I mentioned on the other side of the ball, I worry that the Lions offense just isn't going to be able to get it going because of the pressure. So give me both favorites. Give me the Ravens -3. Give me the 49ers -6.5. We'll get another Ravens 49ers rematch in the Super Bowl. And that's all we got. 2 bangers for you guys to lock in, plus an honorable mention. And if you just want my analysis, I also think the Lions and 49ers game goes under as well. I'm not as confident in that one as I am the Chiefs 49ers. Like, I don't have any bets on that one or anything. If you just ask where I lean the favorites, I lean the unders, and that's it. 2 plays for you guys to lock in. I appreciate everybody who's been rocking with me so far this season. We've been hot at the beginning, then we went on a cold streak. We've been hot recently. Let's hope we can stay hot. Remember to subscribe, like the video, comment, all that good stuff. Appreciate everybody for watching, and have a good one.